Fire to all! Today we continue our large set of videos connected with people's diseases and vices. And today we have a very interesting subject, depression. In fact, it is a very large and important subject, because almost everyone on earth faces it.
Очень большая и существенная проблема, с которой сталкивается практически каждый житель нашей планеты.
And it is clear why. Because we live in this world, in the world of negative coordinate system, where we were put by the society we live in and by those who control and rule over us.
Управленцы, которые нами руководят и управляют.
The thing is that we have become the victims of the life we are living now. And only we have the possibility to escape this slavish coordinate system, the negative coordinate system.
Возможность выйти из этой такой рабской системы координат, именно отрицательной системы координат. И как раз-таки вот
And now we are going to talk about depression, how to cope with it, with the help of fire energy. What is depression? Usually, such vices as envy, comparing oneself to other people, lead to depression. When people compare themselves to others, they tend to get depressed.
Сравнивая кого-то с кем-то, себя с кем-то, да, человек попадает вот в это вот такое состояние депрессивности.
Different debts, loans, this whole system we live in, all this is made so that we started being depressed. And depression can start from any action.
Причем депрессию может вызвать любое абсолютно действие.
And in fact, depression is a very powerful demonic essence that leads you to the state of apathy, the state when you are not capable of making adequate decisions.
Когда человек не способен принимать какие-то адекватные решения.
When a person is in this state, he or she sinks into thinking about their problems or doesn't want to think about anything at all. And such demonic and evil spirit essences as drug addiction, alcoholism, smoking, infidelity add up to help the demon of depression.
Курение, да, это самое прелюбодеяние, там,
or envy, or gluttony.
Зависть, да.
The person can start smoking or drinking heavily, watch movies, play games in order to escape the reality. Through depression, people can get even more controlled than before.
То есть с помощью депрессии человека вводит еще в более такое глобальное состояние подчинения.
Controlled by negative coordinate system, which squeezes everything out of a person with the help of these vices, of which we talked about in the previous video, so that he or she was in such state as long as possible.
О которых мы уже говорили с вами в предыдущих видео, да?
Depression is a large community of negative demonic coordinate system. It is like a bunch of flowers, but a bunch of demons and evil spirits that work against you, each in its own manner, in order to reap the harvest of negative emotions of you.
Чтобы с него именно собирать жатву этих отрицательных эмоций.
So it is obvious that a person who doesn't know his or her mission is subjected to depression in the first place. If you know your mission, you will never get depressed, because you just won't have any reasons for it.
Потому что у него просто нету повода впадать в депрессию.
Because when you know your mission, you live in positive coordinate system. Do you remember the video with apples and oranges, where I told you about karma, how karma works, and how the laws of the universe work? All this is very simple. If you are in positive coordinate system, then you emit positive aura around you, positive torsion fields. Your thoughts work in such a way that your torsion field becomes positive, and you attract only positive karma. And so, if a person is depressed, it clearly shows that he or she is deeply in negative coordinate system. And I am saying that fire energy receiving allows people to get out of the state of a very deep depression. And the person can even not notice how it happens, because the level of vibration rises. And when the level of vibration rises, the essences can affect this person less. It is very important to understand that actually the essences send us their thoughts, and we catch these thoughts and start developing them.
Свои мысли, мы схватываем эту мысль на лету, да? Ее начинаем разворачивать, если мы начинаем...
When we start reflecting upon a thought that came to us from somewhere, once again, who sends us these thoughts? Have you ever come to think about it? And so, when a certain thought comes to us, we catch it and start developing it. And once it unfurls, we get the desire. And desire generates emotions. And this desire, together with emotions, is expressed in an action. Of course, it can stay on the level of desire, but desires alone have power over the person anyway. You sink into these emotions. The desire to possess something, the desire to possess.
То есть человек погружен в эти желания, да, вожделение, да, желание чего-то, да, желание чем-то обладать, кем-то обладать, да, вот что-то.
This is what I'm talking about here. And when we are talking about positive coordinate system, we can say that there is a positive field around us.
Когда мы с вами говорим именно о положительной системе координат, мы говорим о том, что вокруг человека положительное поле.
And during fire energy receiving, even if you are deeply in depressive state, you start to get out of it step by step. Why is it so? Because we know that thus the level of thoughts changes.
Мы с вами знаем, что именно уровень мыслей меняется.
When we work with all our rates connected with expansion of the list of the deceased, cleanse our karma of this life, of the previous lives, we have a whole system of how to do it right.
Целая система и именно методика, как это можно делать. Вы можете
You can watch our previous videos. You can find all the details about it there. When we cleanse it all, when we do all the practices, receive fire energy, then we just pull ourselves out of this depressive state.
Принимаем энергию огня, то мы просто вытаскиваем себя, просто вот вытаскиваем за шиворот и вот из этого состояния именно депрессии.
Very naturally and steadily. And the thing is that you are able to pull any person that is dear to you out of this state too. And it is not necessary to invite them to fire energy distribution. You can do it by working with their essences. Because, as I have already said, when a person is in deep depression, he or she has a bunch of essences that work against him or her. These essences can be very different. You will see yourself what vices this person is possessed by.
Человек околдован, что ли, да? Вот, и
and which essence he or she uses the most. And you will just need to work with these essences individually, to feed them, love them, communicate with them, and thus they start transforming, and the person starts coming out of depressive state.
Погружение вот именно в такую жесткую депрессию.
So, you need to understand that this depressive state is always a symbiosis of big number of different essences with which we need to work.
Различных сущностей, с которыми мы с вами начинаем работать.
And I recommend you to receive fire energy and just watch how your state and state of your dearest and nearest changes.
Ваше состояние, либо состояние ваших родных и близких вам людей. Вот так.
Fire to all.
Огня вам всем.